What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel, Jigs in these Wi-Fi streets. I'm Jigs. If you're new, please do subscribe. If you already have, thank you so much for doing so. All of y'all go check out all my other videos, and please do give me a like and leave a comment if you like. So this is a very touchy subject, because if it's one thing I have heard black people say over and over and over again, it's to us non-black people to mind their business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mind your fucking business. But I believe silence is complacency, number one. Number two, I do believe this country is extremely racist. I'm not saying that JEW people don't deal with shit. I'm not saying my people don't deal with shit. You know, San Antonio was technically about us. They wanted to exterminate us. You know, if you go read the guy's manifesto, you know. I'm not saying that we don't deal with things. I'm saying at the top of the pole of hatred is black people. I mean, they are the most hated on, the most discriminated against. I deal with prejudice few and far in between times. It depends, because it depends on who I'm standing in front of. You know, I've been called the SPIC. I've been told to swim back. Happens few and far in between in my lifetime. It's happened so few times I actually remember how many times it's happened. I can tell you each time that it's happened. That's how few black people deal with that shit every day. And it's so interwoven into this country that it's trickled over to the entertainment industry. I never knew growing up. I'm a couple of months older than Tia and Tamara. So you mean to tell me at 14 years old, when I'm 12, they was 12 when the show started. I was a 12-year-old little girl watching 12-year-old little girls, not knowing that when the cameras went down, they was dealing with racism. They've spoken about it. Can you fucking believe that? Tia and Tamara. But then again, you know, but it caught me off guard, because I'm like, damn, even in Hollywood, I know we got racist politicians. I know we have racist CEOs. But damn, even Hollywood, are you fucking kidding me? Because see, while everybody was getting on how self-serving it was, or how selfish, or however it was that you took why Will Smith said something about the Oscars, why Miss Monique said something about the industry. I don't care. I heard what I heard. Then I took 2 steps back and just like everybody else, I said, well, it is self-serving for you. So you played the game knowing that you was playing the game for a lot of racist people. But then I had to take 2 more steps back and come to the realization that if Will Smith would have said anything during his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air days, I'm sorry, I live in the hood, y'all, okay? I'm sorry. If he would have said something back in the day, would he have had 30 years of acting under his belt? If Miss Monique would have said anything in her rise, would she have ever gotten the Parker? See, I think if you can get blackballed now with this, well, what happened when we didn't have this as an outlet? See, now they can talk to us. Now everybody got a podcast. They sit down and do interviews. If they would have said anything back 20 years ago, do you think they would have had their body to create anybody who is black in the industry? So is it that they didn't want to say nothing because they wanted the fame and the fortune that bad? Or is it that they couldn't say nothing because they wouldn't have gotten anywhere? And I know it still seems self-serving, but how do you change something from the outside? Right? You got to be in it. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people who, you know, you should chastise for, like, agreeing with certain things, but think about it. If they would have said anything back then, would they have their careers right now? I don't think they would. That's number one, right? Number two, all the comedians came out after Miss Monique talking about she's mad, not realizing you're only as good as your last show. I'm glad you said that. So if, as an actress, you're only as good as your last movie, meaning you can only you can't ask for more pay than what you got in your last movie. So if the last movie you did, you got paid $7 million, right now the guy sitting in front of you to hire you for this movie, he cannot offer you 5, baby. The last pay you got was 7. But you can't ask for 13 because your last pay was 7. if this is true, and it is true that they've been underpaying black people, then doesn't it stand to reason, no matter how many movies they have underneath their belt, no matter what level of professionalism they exude, the acting chops that they have, they're never going to be paid the same as their Caucasian counterparts? I know I ramble, so let me condense that a little bit. If you're only as good as your last, if you can only request no more than what you got paid the last movie, or in Miss Monique's case, the last comedy special, and Hollywood is racist, so from the beginning you've been getting underpaid, then how will you ever be paid the same amount as Caucasian people? But let me do you better. Angela Bassett, do you consider her less of an actress as Julia Roberts? And I take nothing from Julia Roberts. I take nothing from... That's Julia, bitch. Hold up, hold up, hold up. You gotta give props when they do. Right? But, excuse me, I'm sick, y'all. Y'all hear my breathing, right? I'm trying to, talk without coughing too much. You consider Angela Bassett less than her as an actress? Never mind their races. Look at their bodies of work. They both been acting since the early 80s. They both have done over 100 movies. I believe Angela Bassett, her acting chops are phenomenal. Do you think that her acting chops are less than Julia? But Julia been getting paid right since the beginning. Not Angela, though, because she's a black woman. So she's been getting underpaid from day one. She's only as good as her last movie, but they've been underpaying her from the beginning because she's black. So don't you think she's most likely worth more? Does that make sense? Right? I don't mean to talk to y'all like y'all children, but I've been trying to have this conversation with so many people, and they keep going back to the money, the money. Okay, but if you've been getting underpaid from the beginning because you're dealing with racists, then you're never going to be valued the same way as other races. Why doesn't that make sense? I've been arguing with people on Facebook, and I'm trying to... How y'all don't understand that? But I'm really here for this. Because of that, I've been... Personally, I don't fuck with award show no more. Do I want to watch them? Yes. I was high-key upset because I saw a commercial with Escape. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all. Yes, the fuck I did watch... Girl, what? I was 12 again. Look, I'm sick for real. My kids ran out the room because I was up in here a fool. As I stand here contemplating on the ride I thought I was a member of the group. I got my childhood back. Bitch, I was 12 all over again. Hell yeah, I watched it. And I clicked off right after. And I missed Ja Rule with J-Lo. Don't sit there and act like before 50 ended his career. I ain't say it, people say it. Don't hold me to shit I don't say. I just repeat shit. Like, we was not all... I can't stand us. I can't stand us sometimes. Everybody acting like we wasn't all up in... Yeah, yes we was. Yes, we loved him. Come on now. Stop it. I was so mad. I was online scrolling, and I saw people I saw Hollywood Unlocked post him. I was like, and I clicked. It was over. I was over it. Like my childhood, my teen. That was my best time of life, bro. When I was a teenager. I really don't watch award shows. I watch the blogs. I want to watch them, but they don't change. Nothing changes, and if nothing changes. Nothing changes. Right? Now, who the fuck am I, right? I can't tank the ratings because I choose to change the channel. But imagine the dudes in the teleprompter offices that watch the views. See them go from 15 million down to 2 in 5 minutes. You don't think everybody's going to be running around like, oh my God, why did we lose 13 million viewers? Are the cables down? Are the cameras down? What? They gonna spaz. Here's Tito, right? Diddy said Y'all got 365 days to do what? Find ways to pacify the black community? Respectfully, I'm not trying to disrespect y'all. But I find that to be bullshit. J Prince, I know a lot of people's not feeling J Prince right now. I don't blame anybody. I'm personally not feeling. I'm watching my mouth because I heard he a scary dude. But I'm really not motherfucking feeling J Prince. I'm like super not fucking feeling J Prince right now. But I said, when Diddy said that, I said 365 days, you can nip that in one if none of y'all show up. Right? When J Prince suggested last year, everybody, all black entertainers do their own show and air it on Grammys night, I was like, look at God. That's what you gotta do. You will not, your value, your presence is only valued when you're absent. Because only in your absence do people realize how much you're worth, how much you do, and how much you bring to the fucking table. Okay? No man loves his wife the hardest until she's had enough and packed her shit and she's ready to go. Now you want to love the bitch, right? Now you want to be faithful. Because y'all know when a woman's fed up. You know, there's a saying that when men leave, they leave in a thunder, but when women leave, we leave in a whisper. It's true. When we stop crying and we stop fighting and we're okay that knowing that he's fucking Becky, it's because we've been planning our exit for weeks, dingbat. Because when we stop loving, it's a wrap. But don't no man love you harder than when you're ready to leave his ass, right? It's the same thing in life. It's the same thing in life. You mean to tell me? What's before the award show, the red carpet, right? Everybody has to see what everybody's wearing. This is about a 2-hour event, right? You mean to tell me nobody's gonna notice there's no black person on the red carpet? By the time the show starts, what do you think everybody's going to be talking about? That there's clearly a protest. Black entertainers are tired. They're done. They're not fucking with these shows no more. What happens to those of us who are supporting black people along with black people themselves? We're going to change the world. I don't got to do shit. I already don't watch. I'm going to change the channel. But let's pretend nobody gets it. Or they just want to watch the awards that bad. Like, they're with black people, but it's not today. It's the Oscars. Okay. Right? What do you think everybody's going to be talking about the next day in channels 2 through 2000? The winners or the fact that black people protested? Come on. You know good and goddamn well. The only conversation that's going to be... Nobody's going to give a fuck about the winners. And mind you, I am not saying... I'm Latina. I love my people. I'm not saying we don't deserve a place. And I'm not saying that we don't earn our place in some of the places that we deserve to be in. Nor am I suggesting that about Caucasian people either. I'm not saying... Because you can't tell me shit about no Julia Roberts or Susan... Kathy Bates is the most underrated white actress in all of Hollywood. You know why? Because she looks like what she looks like. Tell me I'm lying. Kathy Bates ain't the fucking that lady is a phenomenal actress, but she looks like what she looks like. So who talks about her? Am I lying? Who really talks about Kathy Bates? Who even thinks about Kathy Bates? Phenomenal woman, but looks matter in Hollywood. You already know that. I'm not trying to diss her. I'm saying she doesn't fit the silhouette of what Hollywood feels is the attractive woman. Y'all already know that, right? I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? And, wait, is Catherine Zeta-Jones Spanish? Penelope Cruz. Feel me? Who's my baby? I forgot her name, and that's one of my favorite people. I forgot with the really big titties. Wait, I think she's Spaniard from Spain, though. And Penelope Cruz is Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican, y'all. I love me some J-Lo, but I'm trying to avoid J-Lo. I'm trying to think of another person. Mark Anthony! Phenomenal actor. Phenomenal actor. I'm not saying that white people don't earn things and are not talented. I'm not saying we're not talented. What's that lady's name? Okay, I'm gonna mess it up, but she's Indian. I'm not saying that we don't deserve it. I'm saying, how can you get into a space? How can you earn your way into a space you're not wanted in? This is what black people deal with. It's not that they can't. It's that people don't want to play in the sandbox with them. Right? So, I'm not saying that we don't deserve it. I'm saying there's been a lot of opportunities robbed from black men and women. So to show your value, why even show up? And if you don't show up, you show your value because you're the talk of the town. I promise you, if no black person shows up to the Oscars, nobody's going to give a fuck about the winners. And I know it's a slap in the face to the winners that earned it. You know? I understand that. But there's always casualties in war. If you're not willing to sacrifice nothing, you will gain nothing. Hollywood's not going to drop every black person in it. Are you crazy? They're going to switch their shit the fuck up is what's going to happen. I mean, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? I promise you, you know how the public mass is. 2 hours of the red carpet and there is no black actor. By the time the curtains go up, most people going to gather that they protested and changed the channel as an act of solidarity. While the rest watch going, oh my God. Okay, somebody black is about to pop up. Wait. Denzel Washington. Denzel gotta come. Will gotta come. Somebody's gonna come. Watch is gonna come. Watch the whole shit like. No black people came. Nobody's talking about the winners the next day. Nobody's gonna be talking about the winners. Everybody's gonna talk about the protests. I'm not saying that Caucasian people and Hispanic people have not earned their place. I'm saying black people have earned it and still got pushed out of their places. It's not fair. That still shot that I posted on this video, it should look like a rainbow. It should be white people, Indian people, Hispanic people, black people. It should look like a fucking rainbow. It shouldn't look like that. That's very telling. That is exactly why I don't watch award shows anymore. And until we either change the channel to send a message or actors really stand up for themselves, this is not going to change. I hear a lot of black people say make your own award show. I'm down for y'all crown. I'll watch it. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all. But if they're still going to go to the Oscars and the Grammys and the Emmys, what the fuck is the point? The whole point of doing your own show is to stay out of their spaces, but you're still going to go. So what's the point? If anything, all you did was create a show that because it's not the Oscars, it's of lesser value. I don't know. I just had to get that off my chest because something's got to be done. Something's got to be done. This shit is ridiculous. You mean to tell me this country's so fucking racist you can't even listen to music or watch TV without wondering what the black person on that show or on that song had to go through just to be seen and heard? That shit make me not want to watch. Treat them fucking right. Why is this happening? I mean, that's just the entertainment. We already know. There's a plethora of things going on. There's a plethora. This video will be so long if I get into it. It will be so long. I'm very anti-fucking racist. I mean, quite frankly, I'm over it. Past the point of, I can't imagine what black people, respectfully, I can't imagine how y'all feel. Why I watch what y'all go through and I get stressed the fuck. I can't imagine, you know? So I do my own little things as an act of, solidarity and my own little protest. I wish I could control the minds of millions of people. But for the greater good. If I could control the mass public Come Oscars, not one black person will set foot in that damn carpet. And all of us will change the channel and tank its fucking ratings. So if I could control your brain, you be in good hands, don't worry. But just for the day. We need to change the channel. A message has got to be sent. If nothing changes, nothing changes. I'm just one motherfucker. What can I do? I'm about to guzzle this shit because my throat is killing me. Let me get off. I hope y'all took this with respect. You know what I'm saying? I hope I didn't offend anybody. I love my people. I love mi gente, we Spanish. I love us. Black people get treated like shit. We should be saying something too. Why are we not saying anything? We should say something too. It's not fair. But yeah, let me get off. And I'll see you on my next video. I wanted to do videos today, but I can't even breathe. But I just have to get that off my chest. So I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow another day. But thank you for watching this video. Again, I hope I didn't offend anybody. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Doesn't that make sense to you, right? Because I promise you, if no black person goes to the Oscars, nobody's going to give a flying Walinda about the winners. Everybody's going to be talking about the protest. I promise you they will. Come on, you know in your spirit. That's true. That's just me. But let me let y'all go because I really cannot breathe at this point. Let me get off. Bye.